Today we're going to do a very quick review of the video. You're going to see this elderly gentleman getting attacked. I'm going to tell you exactly what you should do if heaven forbid you're ever in this situation, what I train all my students in, and how to make sure you're safe. My name is Jason Hanson. I'm a former CIA officer. You may have seen me on Shark Tank or Fox News, and I spend a tremendous amount of time teaching self-defense tactics, and I've taught it from young kids all the way up to 83 years old, and the 83-year-old was a gentleman in a wheelchair. Very, very well trained, awesome guy.
Please welcome back former CIA officer Jason Hanson.
Former CIA Jason Hanson.
This handsome fella is Jason Hanson.
Okay. This is Jason Hanson, former CIA guy.
Don't forget, like, subscribe. Make sure you do that, so I got a lot more information coming your way on this channel. But first, let's get to this video. Let me tell you what you can do to make sure you're protected in the crazy world that we live in. So in this video, guys, just walking down the street, as many of us are walking down the street every single day, minding our own business, and somebody comes up and starts attacking him. Somebody comes up and robs him. He falls to the ground, as you can see, and he's sitting there, and this criminal is pretty much just having his way. He can, reach around, eventually drags him away and whatever, and the guy's just sitting there. Please remember that no matter what, every scumbag criminal has vulnerable points that we are all very vulnerable at. So what are those points? Well, the first one is the eyes. It doesn't matter how strong they are, how intimidating they are. If you do a quick eye poke, well, guess what? They're gonna reach back, they're gonna grab their eyes, and if you poke enough, they're gonna go find and use your victim, or if you poke enough, you're gonna be able to get up and do the other things, which I'm gonna share with you in a minute. So never ever forget the eyes. Now there's a few ways that you can poke the eyes. First is you can just come out like this, just a quick, like a cobra snake attacking, and this is more of a stun. So if you come out and do the cobra snake like that, as soon as you did that and the person's grabbing their eyes and protecting himself, you would want to follow up with some punches. You can do a straight blast, you could punch however you want, you can do a jab, you can do a hook, whatever you're comfortable with. And when I say straight blast, that was Bruce Lee's favorite move and a fantastic move. Always remember the eyes. So first is just come out like this. This is more of a stun move, as I said, and then you're gonna punch and go after him and be aggressive. The other way that you can attack the eyes is, we got the human head here. If you're reaching out, your thumbs will naturally find the person's eyes. So if you go up to a friend right now or somebody in your house or wherever you're at and you grab their head, your thumbs will naturally find their eyes. Now when you're using the thumbs, there are a few things you can do. Remember, if this person's attacking you, they might be trying to kill you, they might drag you in the woods and do horrible things. So, you're taking very aggressive measures to make sure you stay alive. So when you grab the side of their head with your thumb, or grab the side of their head and you take your thumbs and you jab it in, you drab and you scratch like that. So you're pushing through, but at the same time, you're moving your thumbs because you want to scratch that eyeball. Now, in this nice safe environment, sounds kind of nasty, mean, or whatever, but we're only talking about self-defense when your life is on the line. So grab them, thumbs go into the eye, and you're doing a scratching move. Try this on your friends and relatives. Obviously, don't do the scratching move, but grab their head, and you'll see how the thumbs just naturally go right to the eyes where you can scratch. So first thing this gentleman could have done, he's lying on the ground, is he could turn around, he could, just with your thumbs, he's more in an awkward position, you could just start doing that, you could do something, because criminals look for easy victims. So if you start fighting back, they're probably gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna go find the 10,000 other people that I can attack today and leave this guy alone. So the very first place you wanna strike is the eyes. Second place is the throat. Just like the eyes, we are all very vulnerable in the throat. If you take your two fingers right now, you go right here to the base, and it makes me want to throw up every time I do it. And you shove it in right there, you will see how uncomfortable it feels. You'll feel like you're gonna throw up. So this gentleman, as he's being dragged around, as he's sitting there, if he had any opportunity to reach the throat, he could quickly shove in two fingers in this guy's throat. You can do a punch in the throat, you can do a hammer fist to the side of the throat, but the throat is an amazing place. And I love it because anybody can do it. It doesn't matter how old you are or young you are. I've got 6 kids, if my 7-year-old comes up and punches me in the throat, it's not gonna feel good at all. In fact, there was a woman I trained, she was in New York City, she was at a club, she left late at night, she'd been drinking, she was not in the best environment, meaning she wasn't, didn't have her wits about her. Some guy pinned her against a wall, tried to rape her, she punched him in the throat, he fell, gasping for air, she was able to run and get help. So even though she was a petite woman, This guy was much bigger than her. She was drunk. She was tired. It was late at night. A quick punch to the throat saved her from something horrible, and she was able to again get help and taken to the police station. So always remember the throat. That's the number 2 place where we're all vulnerable, where this guy, if he had the opportunity, could have hit. And then number 3 place is the groin. So we know that the male is most likely to be the criminal. Men are most likely to be a robber. Not all the time, but as I said, most likely. So if there's ever a chance, like if you fall to the ground and this guy's standing over top of you doing something, same thing. You can do a hammer fist, you can do a punch, you can just grab and hang on for dear life, and that will definitely get the attention. You can also, of course, kick. You can do a knee. You can do anything to the crotch. And the beauty of that is it's going to stun them. We've all been, well, every man in the world has been kicked in the crotch at one point or another, even if it was in elementary school where you're playing on the playground. But you know how it feels. You drop to the ground, and that gives you the opportunity to run away, to get to safety, to get help, while your attacker is sitting there on his knees, holding his crotch, not feeling good at all. So please remember, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, most people, a lot of people aren't going to be able to outrun their attacker. A lot of people I train these days aren't in the world's best shape, and it doesn't matter because once I train them, they see, oh yeah, I don't have to be some 21-year-old kid. I was training a gentleman in his 70s the other day, showed him everything much more in depth, and he said, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to outrun most people, but now I know what to do. So please remember, whether you're 16, whether you're 83 years old, go to the eyes, go to the throat, go to the crotch. That's the trident. Do it enough, meaning don't just, eye poking and be like, okay, is he gonna run away? Do it until your attacker is totally incapacitated. That way you make sure and get to safety, call police, do whatever. If you've got a weapon, you can obviously, pull out once this is done. But remember those 3 places. Be safe. It's a crazy world we live in. I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see more self-defense training, go to 2secondsurvival.com.